This is Switzerland, so quiet it feels like a dream. But then, this road appears. It curls through the hills like it knows something you don't. I stand there and feel it tug at me, even though I can't see the end. Up on a ridge, a tiny cabin catches the first bit of light, the wood glowing the way embers do when you blow on them. The surrounding slopes are soft and green, with dark firs scattered like freckles, and a few stubborn patches of old snow. From higher up, those ridges look like sleeping animals lined up in a row. And when you follow that road, you end up here. Mist moves slowly across the surface, erasing edges, until the mountain rises behind it, quiet and immense. Then the clouds lift and a village appears, its rooftops dark with morning dew, its fields already turning green. You pass through towns where the houses lean into the hills and the church bell still marks the time. Everywhere, there's this mix of stillness and welcome, a place that feels untouched but not uninhabited. Have you ever been somewhere that doesn't ask for anything, but somehow gives you more than you expected? Lake Brienz appears like a mirror someone left behind. So clear, it reflects the sky in shades of turquoise and sapphire. Looking at it, my first thought is to touch the surface and watch the ripples spread like secrets you didn't mean to share. From above, the same body of water deepens to a darker blue, framed by steep slopes of pine and bare rock. Later, the nearby ridges blush under a pink and gold sunset, with mist curling around them like steam from a kettle. Shadows move slowly across the fields and forests below, like hands brushing over a quiet memory. In another corner of these mountains, a meadow holds a dawn so bright it feels like the hills are reflecting another world. A lone farmhouse sits on a hill, and wisps of cloud loop around its roof. You can almost imagine the smell of bread drifting from its kitchen. If colors could speak, what would they tell us about hidden lakes and quiet valleys? Every hue feels like a hint, every bend a doorway. Follow them, and let the light show you how a place can feel entirely new. A wide valley opens between cliffs, where ice moves without hurry. Everything here feels shaped by centuries of silence, stone, and snow. Forests cover the lower slopes, arranged like they were planted with care. Above them, the glacier slides slowly downward, steady as breath. Along the mountainside, hikers follow a narrow trail etched into the rock, small against the landscape, but part of the same long story written into stone and sky. You look at the path and wonder how many others have walked it before. Have you ever felt like the mountain sees you too? Like it's aware of your presence and quietly welcomes it, not as an intruder, but as someone finally home. Up near the ridge, the snow deepens and the peaks feel closer. Here, motion and stillness live side by side. The mountain holds all seasons at once, and somehow, all time. A slender gap curves between walls of rock, a track shaped not just by footsteps, but by weather and time. Snow still clings to the high edges, while sunlight brushes jagged stone. Up here, time moves differently. Far below, A few small figures inch along a path etched into the cliff. They seem tiny, yet part of the same story written into the rock. It makes you wonder how many feet have passed this way and how many more will come long after we're gone. If this place stirs something in you, stay with us. The journey is only just beginning. I ride a gondola over a sea of pine trees. The cabins drift between emerald peaks, and the forest seems to breathe with me. Everything slows down until I can hear the rustle of needles and the soft creak of the cable. When the snow comes, the same lift carries people from a quiet town up toward wide, white fields. Buildings shrink below, and cliffs dusted with powder slip silently past. Farther along, chairlifts in Verbier glide over untouched slopes. Each seat hums above the blank expanse while distant summits keep watch. Steel and rope cut through wilderness, yet the stillness remains. As if the mountain and the machinery have learned to breathe together. Have you ever noticed how a lift ride can feel like both an ascent and a pause? Wooden chalets dot the snowy slope, their rooftops bright under the morning sun. Up here, the air feels lighter, the silence sharper, broken now and then by boots in the snow or laughter drifting from a nearby lift. People pass between buildings that seem shaped by the hill itself, angled roofs, low balconies, paths that bend gently with the land. The gondola slows to a stop, its doors open. New footsteps fall into the quiet rhythm of the high plateau. Behind windows, there's movement. Coffee poured, gloves tossed aside, voices rising and fading again. It's a place that sits between stillness and motion. Not a hidden village, but a perch above it all. Part shelter, part starting point, where the snow holds stories waiting to begin. From high above, the ski runs look like white ribbons draped across a slope, lifts floating overhead, and bright jackets streaking through the snow. Step back a little, and the scene becomes an abstract painting, dots and lines on a pale canvas where sky meets ground. At the bottom, lift stations spin, chairs arriving and departing in steady rhythm. Tracks crisscross the hillside, machines carving order into the whiteness. There's something peaceful in all this movement, speed and stillness side by side, somehow in agreement. Down in a hollow, a small village rests under fresh snow, wrapped in silence and morning light. Chimneys whisper into the pale sky. A church spire rises still, and every rooftop seems to hold the breath of winter. Cottages gather like old friends around a square, where a narrow path leads past footprints and drifting smoke. Above it all, golden light brushes the ridges, and the trees stand like quiet witnesses. As we leave, the hush follows, woven from color, cold, and something deeper. Like a painting still in progress, this place stays with you. Not to be remembered, but to remind you. Slow down. Let wonder find you. This is World Adventure OS, the operating system for global wonder. Like what you saw? Give it a like. And to keep traveling with us, subscribe and turn on alerts.